we are on the road right now. It's Tuesday afternoon. I took the day off of work to do dentist and all sorts of little stuff I had to do. But long story short, we are going to pick up a new machine. Now, I say a new machine, it's not actually a new machine. You guys have seen this machine before, but I'm not going to tell you which one of the 73 I've owned that I'm going to pick back up. I will say, however, this was a very special machine that I had no intention on getting rid of, but due to foreseen circumstances, I got rid of it. Welcome to Town Creek ATV. So I've got my family in the car. I've got my wife. I've got my 2 dogs. We got snacks and food, and we're heading down to Wallace, North Carolina, to pick up this machine. And I will show you guys. I'm not going to record the guy that owns it because I don't want to do that. But once we get it picked up and put on the trailer, I'll show you guys what we got. Or maybe back at the house if it's too dark. But I'm stoked. What happened is, the guy that bought it off me texted me and said, hey, what taillight do you have in the Can-Am? I just bought a Honda and I want the same taillight. So I told him, I was like, I got it on Amazon or whatever, and I was like, hey, would you ever sell that Can-Am back to me? Now, I had told him when I sold it to him, I said, if you ever want to sell it, you message me first, I want it back. And he was totally cool with it, absolutely. So he said, yeah, you made me a good enough offer, come get it. So we talked and negotiated, and I'm on my way to pick it up right now. So we'll catch you guys either on the trailer or back at the house later on. Just picked up the unit. You guys are you ain't gonna believe this. I don't even believe it. But here we are. Otis, the Outlander, is back to the channel, baby. It's pretty much exactly as I left it. He did put a new belt in it again, and also snorkel horn. He added that to it. Got some lights. I gotta figure these out, but got some lights in it. Other than that, it is exactly as I left it. 2-inch lift kit, 28 XTA. Got the seat, whole 9 yards. It's all there. So, a warm Town Creek welcome back to Otis, the Outlander. Now I gotta go home. 2 hours. Let's get it. All right, so it's been a few days since we got Otis back to the house. Bamses. I'm gonna take it for a ride tonight. It's a little bit wet. Okay, it's a lot wet out here where I am. We've gotten a stupid amount of rain recently. Guys say he took it to Busco. I'm really not seeing any signs of it, and I'll show you what I mean. So took the seat off, and it's pristine. Even down in like the hard to reach places, like there's mud, but it's not caked. You can see it down there. Like I pulled this cover off here and pulled the air filter out, and I can't see any signs of really anything at all. It looks really clean to me. Here, I'll show you. Pop, pop, pop. Get out of there. So really, I mean, you could wash this and blow this out. That's easy. But you look down here, there's no sign of any water or anything ever coming in. The only reason I'm checking this is because of that snorkel horn. I want to make sure that, like, you know, he didn't go crazy with it. Tis but a tiny 450, but it's a capable 450. So did that. Obviously, you know, I think that's locked. Yep, no, it's locked. Okay. Obviously, you want to check the oil. All this looks really copacetic. The oil is actually pristine. I mean, it is crystal clean. You can actually see on the stick. So that's good to me. I know signs of water, and I have ran this thing since I got home. So that's good. We're going to be pulling these lights off because I went through all the plugs. And the only thing I could possibly think is down here deep in the depths is a relay. And I get it for, like, you know, the off-road guys that run them on their trucks and the Jeeps and stuff. But personally, we really don't do that many night rides. And I think it's, honest, I think it's tacky. So we're gonna go ahead and yank them off and put it back the way I had it. Now, he said something about the U-joint being the wrong size. You're not gonna be able to see anything, but it looks okay. But if that starts to wear out, I do have another spare that I bought before I sold the machine. The only thing I noticed really is the winch. I'm gonna show you how to untangle a winch cable. The easiest way I've found. Because if you hear, she is knackered, son. Knackered. You hook it to a tree, put it in reverse, winch out at the same time. The power of the bike helps to untangle the winch cable while it's winching out. And then it's really good from, it should be really good from there. So, but I mean, other than that, I mean, I really don't see where this thing's been to Busco. It doesn't have the telltale signs. So maybe he was just telling me that to like make me feel good that he wrote it or something. I don't know. And I really don't care. It looks good to me. It rides good. It sounds good. So let's go get this winch cable. Let me put the bike back together and get these lights off of here. Get the winch cable unscrewed. And then we'll take it for a spin. See you in a second. So the really shitty part of this is now I have these dumbass holes. Oh well, it's on in the future. I sincerely doubt it, but I mean, it's a possibility. But okay, so let me go ahead and put I left the switch in there because I did not want to have just a hole there. So like I said, maybe we'll do it in the future. Go ahead and put the plastic back on, seat back on, taking that seat back off, leaving it off. Never really like the look of it. It looks like a baby seat. And then, oil's done, filter's done. I mean, the only thing I really do at this point would be the spark plug, but they're kind of a bear to get to on these, so I'm not really worried about this time. Oh, gotta do the winch, so I'll see you in a second, and then we should be taking it for a ride. So let's get it put back together. We'll get it hooked to a tree, do some pulling. So this is how I have it set at the moment. Strap, winch cable. So I cannot go in the yard because it's so freaking wet. So now I'm gonna go ahead, put it in reverse. And I am going to use 4, also just kind of to test to make sure it's working. Put this thing in reverse. And now, I guess, I'll get the tripod out, I guess, and you guys can watch it happen. Here goes nothing. Left and right on the spool so you get a nice even roll. So I'm gonna go take a look at it, see how close we are to being even. If we're good, I'll roll it back in. Now this cable is pretty jacked up right here. So this will definitely only be used for absolute emergencies, because it'll snap right there. And when it does, we'll just cut it back, put a new hook on it, keep on sending it. So let me get this thing spooled back in, see what we got. Nope, gotta go more. Back in a little bit, which is going to be interesting with only one person. Oh yeah, big guy. Yeah. Come here, you can watch me do this by myself. Y'all want to lend a hand? Just saying, it'd be nice. Here's the thing. That is a Harbor Freight 2,500 pound Badlands winch. If we're being honest, that Badlands winch will free spool one time. And after that, it'll never free spool again. If someone out there has figured out a way to make it happen, please let me know. But I have only ever gotten it to free spool one time, and then after that, you basically gotta sit on the button the whole time and work the winch. So, I'm gonna go ahead and let my dogs out really quick. And then we're going to go on a little bit of a trail ride. And I'll see how Otis goes, and I'll pick you up on the trail. Well, we got to save the ride for tomorrow. I still have other chores to do besides the Outlander, unfortunately. It's a terrible tragedy of being an adult. But it's a beautiful day. I'm going to hop in the truck. Got to go run a few errands, fix a vacuum cleaner. And we'll catch you on the trail tomorrow. Promise. See you then. Two trails, but I know this one to be way worse, so we're definitely going to go this way. So I need to do some adjustments on the linkage, I think, because it's not settling all the way into low gear. else would turn around and go back the other way. See if she stays locked this time. Ouchies. Nope. Yep, gotta do some adjustments on that. That's no bueno. That's how you break a transmission. I'll get back to the shop and we'll do some adjustments on that, and we'll probably call it a video. All right, so we got it home. I was probably doing 45 to 50 on the way home, hauling it. Don't know why the screen's not showing miles per hour like it used to, so I need to look into that and need to adjust the shift, because basically what's happening is low is supposed to be locked in right here, but it's only really locked in here. So there's an adjuster screw way down in there. You won't be able to see it from anywhere. I need to basically push the low forward, but I also want to make sure that it will still go into park too. So it's a little bit of a fine adjustment back and forth. But other than that, I'm actually really happy with how Otis performed. Everything looks pretty good. I don't see any leaks or anything. I smelled coolant a little bit, but I took a look at the overflow and it's pretty minty where it's at. So I'm not mad about it. I mean, there's still some stuff we can do, but it's a really cheap Can-Am. Not as cheap as I paid for it the first time, but you know, that's fun. And yeah, so we'll go from there, check everything else out, and we'll pick y'all up on the trails down the road. Peace.